Here, I did the icebreaker, so I'm happy to have met you guys. We are here for an hour, so we'll be gone by 2. What we're going to do is I'm going to present some facts or information, and hopefully we do some interaction. You ask questions, I'll answer the questions as best as I can. I think I've said it at the beginning that I am an independent, registered independent voter, so I have no parties, no affiliation. I talk about the material with no fear, straight down the middle. Any question you have, I'll be very happy to entertain your questions. And I guarantee you that no one person will leave this room feeling uncomfortable, picked on, embarrassed, or whatever the case might be. Whenever I present a lecture, it's free for all, and I've never gotten a comment that somebody was perturbed about something that I said, either way, left or right. So I hope today will be similar. Joe asked me to speak about the Constitution, rights, liberties. We'll get to that. But I want you to switch one slide just to show us the synopsis of what we are doing today. The synopsis. We're going to be talking about the Constitution. Although we should be speaking about the Declaration of Independence, which is actually the celebration of the anniversary we are going to be celebrating in July. However, I will tie in the two. We will fast track to the Constitution, and then we'll speak about the importance of the American Constitution. So our job as individuals is to understand the society that we live in, get educated about it, and pass the information to the next generations. And because of that remit, I have brought my daughter with me, Anaya Bruno. She also has a sister with her, a twin sister, and her mom, my wife, Rosa. So they are here to support, but Anaya is also here to present. So before I start, I would pretty much like to introduce you to the future. My daughter, who is researched, and she will tell you a little bit about herself for maybe a couple of minutes, and then we'll continue the presentation. So please, put your hands together for my wonderful daughter.
Hi, my name is Bruno, and I attended FAU High School. It's an advanced program where I got to work towards my high school diploma and my bachelor's simultaneously. So actually in May, I just graduated with my bachelor's before I graduated with my high school diploma. And I was able to become engaged in undergraduate research. 2 of the topics that I explored in my research were the roles of shame in pre-deconversion and post-deconversion experiences of ex-Christians. And I also looked at the relationship between a personality variable called action identification, prior religious commitment, and post-deconversion identity anxiety. And I'm interested by anything religion, religious cognition, influences of religion on behavior and in society. And I'm also interested in identity because it ties into religion a lot. And I'm interested in the interplay between biological, psychological, and societal factors and how that contributes to mental health conditions and experiences in marginalized communities. And I also offered a conversational self-help book called Gentle Guide to Religious Freedom that's available for purchase on Amazon. And throughout my research experiences, I've been able to also get some products out of it. I presented at a research symposium 4 times. I have 1 published manuscript, and I have 1 manuscript that I recently submitted for peer review. Does anybody have any questions?
What got you interested in the conversion, post-conversion? Did you know anybody who'd been through that? Was that what made you particularly interested in? I mean, because there's all sorts of crazy conversion things that are harmful to the people who go through them. And what made you interested in this one?
So when I got into college classes, I started learning more about different religions and different religious experiences. And when I was reading psychology literature, I learned about anecdotal experiences of religious deconversion, and I realized that religion is often very central to people's identities, so losing it can be very life-shattering. However, despite its fairly common prevalence in the world and it's slightly increasing, the literature on religious deconversion and mental health is really under-researched, so I decided to contribute to the research on it.
Could you give us highlights of what you felt were unlearning harmful Christian teachings?
So there's been some studies on people who had deconverted from different sects of Christianity, particularly fundamentalist versions, which are very dogmatic, which means they're very strict to tradition, authority, and obedience. And for people who left cults, and there's different aspects of these types of faiths that have proven harmful to lots of people, and especially so for different kinds of groups of people, especially like people from the LGBTQ and these kind of things. So there are lots of different methods of just trying to change the way in which people practice religion is harmful to their identity that I incorporated into the book.
Any other questions? No? All right.
Thank you.
All right, it took a lot to get Anna to do this, but she's doing it. And she's proud of her, and certainly she is the future. And we do good work in terms of as a community to bring people together. And what we need to do is to advance the younger ones so that they pave the way for the next generation of Americans. All right, so Joe, the Constitution, or America as a nation. Before America was a nation, we were a colony, right? The king, the British monarchy, the divine authority ruled us. We didn't like it. Long story short, we decided to move towards establishing our own situation, our own society, our own nation. And sometime on July 4, 1776, we declared that we're independent. But other things happened before that. I think I gave a lecture about that before. We're not going to go back there. I want us to get to the Constitution and to see what it says. So this is a little clip of the preamble to the Declaration of Independence. And you will see somewhere it talks about rights of people, and we are all equal, right? On paper. Equal moral worth, but necessarily unequal, because how can we be unequal when the rights which were given to the people under the Constitution was given to some, not all. Affluent white males, not even their lovely white wives, had rights to vote up until 100 or so years ago. And people talk about the color of supremacy. And some people say it is white, and I say, what is that? Supremacy has nothing to do with how we look. It's who we are connected to, what we know, how we know the things we know, and how we play a part in the establishment of things. So somebody sold a bad deal to us, and we were divided between color. This is black, white. Again, that's another subject for another time. We won't get into that. So we're here now to speak about the Constitution. I gave a lecture prior that talks about the creation of the government system. But this is our focus today. Joe, go to the next slide. Question for you. Does the Constitution give us rights? Yes or no?
Yes.
Somebody said yes, somebody said no. Somebody said both. We had a strong no. So it doesn't give us rights?
No.
What does it do?
It actually gives the government rights.
It gives us guidelines to determine rights.
Yeah, good. But it frames rights. Remember, the Constitution was created to grant authority to the government, so you're right. But we have the Bill of Rights attached to the Constitution. So that is where our rights are. But the Constitution of America does not give us rights. It frames and protects the rights that we claim. Where did we claim those rights from? Nature. Rights that we have naturally to exist. So we put those rights on top of the Constitution that was created to give authority to some. So government essentially was created by people with interest for people with interest. The framers were people with interest. They wanted to create authority for them. And they took power from the king and said, we will not have the power. So they became the new elite. Is that bad? No. I'm just teaching you the mindset of the framers at the time, who were not intended to grant rights, but to establish power, to establish authority. Until the anti-federalist says, we want rights, so the states can be protected against you, federal government.